Hi everyone, this is a tutorial talking you through the construction of the Nomad Tee. As you can see, I've got my two samples here to show you, and I'm just going to talk you through how they're constructed because they're worked sideways, which is a less common construction. So in the pattern, the construction is broken down into 16 sections. The first of which starts with working the right hand sleeve. Now for the sleeve you have two options. You can either work what's called the capped sleeve, which as you can see is just a little bit of ribbing on the edge there, or you can work the colourwork sleeve. You can see that here in the second sample. So either way, that's section one. You work either the capped sleeve or the colourwork sleeve. After that, you're going to be casting on the side stitches, and this is done using Judy's Magic Cast On. So separate to your sleeve stitches, you'll cast on side stitches. Once they're cast on, you'll join them to the sleeve stitches. I've got a separate video tutorial talking you through that. If you want to find that one, I will add a link to it in the comments at the bottom of this video. So section 2, casting on the right hand side of the body and attaching it to the sleeves. Then for section 3, that's not for all sizes, but for some sizes, section 3 works a small amount of short row shaping along the side of the body, on the front and also on the back. This is just for some of the sizes to add a little extra width at the chest circumference without making the shoulder any longer than it is already. Section 4, which is worked by everybody, is working the right hand side of the body. So here you're working flat. You start off working the sleeves in the round, but then once you switch to the body, you're working flat. So you're working right side and wrong side rows in this direction. At the same time as doing that, you're working some increases in the shoulder to give a nice slope to the top of the shoulder. That's section 4. Section 5 is short row shaping again. Now the short row shaping for section 5 is to shape the neck line. You work some short row shaping, in fact you can kind of see it here. You work some short row shaping here to create this V shape at the front, and I'll show you on the back of this one. On the back you also work some short row shaping with a steeper curve created at the top of the neck. So you're working short row shaping here. Okay, section 6 is next. Section 6 is the right hand side of the colour work, worked on the front and the back. Section 7, whilst you're still working the colour work, you bind off the right hand side of the neckline, as you can see there. Section 8, on the very next row, you cast on the stitches for the left hand side of the neckline. From section 9 onwards, you're working essentially a mirror image of what you've worked on the right hand side. So section 9, you're working the left hand side of the colour work, front and back. Section 10, short row shaping to create the V shape at the front and the back, the same as it is on the right hand side. Section 11, you're working the left hand side of the body with decreases that mirror the increases you worked on the right hand side. For some sizes, there's section 12, which is working the same short row shaping at the edge of the body as you did at the start of the right hand side of the body. And then section 13, you have a choice to either graft or to bind off the left hand side body stitches. Now, when you work Judy's Magic Cast On, it's a seamless cast on, as you can see there. There is no seam along the right hand body edge. If you choose to graft your stitches at the other end, then you achieve the same finish. you achieve a seamless finish on the left-hand side, which matches the right-hand side of the body. I'll also show you on this one. On this one, I actually used the 3-needle bind off, which is the second option here. So on the right-hand side, I've got Judy's Magic Cast on, no seam. Here, on the left-hand body, I opted to work the 3-needle bind off. Now you can see there is a slight seam there because of the bind off. So it's up to you which you prefer to do. If you really hate grafting and using Kitchener stitch, then go for the bind off because it's really not very obvious. But if you don't mind doing Kitchener and you would like your sides to match each other seamlessly, then you can graft those stitches on the left-hand side. That is section 13. Section 14, you're working the left-hand sleeve, either the colour work option or the capped sleeve, depending on what you worked on the right-hand side. And then the final 2 sections, section 15, is to pick up stitches around the bottom of the body and work a waistband. And section 16 is the I-cord edge around the neckline. And you're done.